The movie begins in a dusty Texas road. Inside the cab, we meet Charlie Kenton, once a famous boxer who went toe-to-toe with legends. Charlie is now a ghost of his former self. He's in Texas for one reason: a quick hustle to keep his head above water. He pulls into a lively county fair, the air thick with the smell of diesel and fried dough. As he unloads his massive robot, Ambush, three little girls run up, their eyes wide with wonder. They're captivated by the blue-painted giant. To him, Ambush isn't a friend or a marvel, it's just a tool to get him paid. Before the fight, Charlie corners the event manager. He's confident, borderline arrogant. He pushes for a side deal, demanding extra cash once he wins, acting like the victory is already in his pocket. He has no doubt that his steel brawler can handle anything this small-town fair throws at him. Then the opponent enters the ring, a massive 3,000-pound bull. The fight starts, and for a moment it looks like Charlie's glory days are back. He's nimble on the controls, and Ambush is landing heavy, metallic blows that echo through the arena. The crowd is screaming, and the bull is reeling. He gets cocky, turning his head for a split second to play to the crowd. That 1 second of distraction is his undoing. The bull lunges, catching Ambush off balance. In a heartbeat, the machine is pinned and systematically ripped apart. The invincible robot is now a heap of sparking scrap metal in the dirt. Charlie has lost the fight, the robot, and the money he desperately needed. Knowing the debt collectors are probably already closing in, Charlie tries to pack up and escape as fast as possible, but is blocked by two men in suits. They're there with news his ex-girlfriend has died, and her young son, Max, is now legally in Charlie's custody. His ex-girlfriend's sister is incredibly wealthy and wants the boy, but for that to happen, Charlie has to legally waive his parental rights. During a tense break in the session, the sister's husband approaches Charlie in the hallway. He makes a shady proposal. He'll give Charlie a massive stack of cash if Charlie agrees to look after Max for the rest of the summer while the couple goes on vacation. Charlie agrees instantly. The deal is struck. The paperwork is signed. Charlie turns around, and for the first time, we see the boy. Max stands there. Charlie and Max lock eyes for the first time, and the air between them is thick with distrust. Max is something else entirely. The boy has already figured out the play. He knows he was sold. Max lets Charlie know he wants his cut. He demands half the money. Charlie brushes the kid off, his mind already drifting back to the hustle. He turns his attention to his new savior, the legendary Noisy Boy. As the garage doors slide open, the robot stands there like a chrome-plated hero ripped from a fairy tale. To Max, the bot is a glowing masterpiece of purple steel and neon lights. Charlie barks commands, but Noisy Boy remains a motionless statue. Charlie immediately starts cursing his luck. He's ready to walk away. Max speaks a command in Japanese. The massive robot suddenly hums to life. The room goes surprised. The kid just unlocked the beast. The language settings are quickly toggled to English. Charlie feels the swagger coming back, and he's convinced his losing streak is finally over. Max forces his way into the journey. Charlie has no choice but to let the stubborn kid tag along as they head into the underworld boxing. They arrive at a brutal underground fight club. Max looks at the lineup and suggests Charlie take a small, easy fight, earn some quick cash, and get out while they're ahead. But Charlie is blinded by overconfidence. He puts Noisy Boy straight into the main event against the mohawked named Midas. The bell rings, and for the first few moments, Noisy Boy looks like a champ. He's fast, flashy, and his movements are a blur of high-tech precision. Charlie is feeling like he's already won, but then the tide turns. Midas starts taking the lead, absorbing Noisy Boy's hits and firing back with raw, ugly power. The crowd's cheers turn into a roar of destruction. Midas catches Noisy Boy in a clinch and rips Noisy Boy's arm clean off. The legendary bot falls, decapitated and broken in the dirt. Max's face is filled with sadness and pure disappointment. Charlie had no idea how to fight with a legend. He didn't listen to the kid, and he just wasted a masterpiece for absolutely nothing. On their way back, Charlie pulls the truck over at a massive junkyard. They're scavenging for scrap parts, picking through the bones of dead machines just to survive. Suddenly, Max loses his footing on the edge of a jagged cliff. He slides toward a sheer drop that leads into a dark abyss of rusted iron. Just as he's about to vanish over the ledge, his belt snags on something, a piece of metal jutting out from the mud like a skeletal hand. He's dangling over certain death. Charlie scrambles down the slope, his heart hammering against his ribs. It's a breathless moment where the jerkish dad replaced by raw desperation to save the boy. He pulls Max back onto solid ground. Both are soaked and gasping for air, the reality of how close they came to certain death sinking in. As Max catches his breath, he notices what saved him. Buried deep in the muck, at the very edge of the cliff, is an old, dirt-caked robot arm. But Max sees a lifesaver. Against Charlie's protests, Max refuses to leave it behind. He spends the rest of the night digging. He dragged the heavy, mud-covered frame back to the truck and takes it home. Back at the workshop, as they strip away the layers of grime, they realize this isn't a fighter. It's a Generation 2 sparring bot. It was built to take hits, not give them. But it has one incredibly rare, obsolete feature: shadow mode. It's a sophisticated tracking system that allows the robot to mirror the person standing in front of it, almost mimicking a person's movements with eerie, fluid precision. As Max was cleaning, underneath the years of filth, a name emerges on the chest plate: Adam. Max is convinced there's a fighter hidden inside that small frame. He relentlessly insists that Charlie get Adam a fight, but Charlie just laughs. To him, Adam is a practice dummy, not a prize fighter. Max takes Adam to a walk. There's something different about this bot's eyes. They glow with a soft blue light that feels almost sentient. He stares directly into those glowing blue eyes, which seem to hum with a strange, silent intelligence. The boy whispers, "Do you understand me?" In that moment, the robot tilts his head. He says, "Don't worry, your secret is safe with me." Charlie takes the boy and the small robot to a gritty, smoke-filled betting den, walks right up to the local heavyweight, Kingpin, and challenges him to a match. The crowd laughs at the sight of the little blue bot standing next to Kingpin's massive spiked brawler. The fight begins, and it is brutal. Adam is a punching bag. He takes hit after hit from the weight of Kingpin's power. But every time, somehow, Adam finds his feet. He survives the first round. Kingpin doubles the bet, certain that the next round will end in a total wreck. The bell rings for the second round. Adam waits, executes a single, perfect move that hits Kingpin's bot at its weakest structural point. It's a surgical strike, a massive system failure. Kingpin's giant bot freezes, sparks flying from its joints. The underdog didn't just win, he dismantled a king. While the rest of the world sleeps, Max spends the entire night upgrading the internal systems, rerouting power, and tuning Adam's reflexes until the bot is more responsive than the day it was built. As Max got some music thumping and he starts casually dancing, moving his hips, sliding his feet, and throwing his arms up, Adam mirrors every single move. The heavy sparring bot starts grooving with a human-like rhythm. Charlie walks in. He notices something unique, something marketable. The bot doesn't just look like a machine, it looks like it has a personality. Max shows Charlie that Adam is responsive to the voice command from Noisy Boy, something that is both remarkable and brilliant. Charlie suggests Max he should do that dance in a ring before the match starts to get the crowd cheered up. Max agrees if Charlie should get back in the game and teach Adam how to box. He wants Charlie's championship instincts merged into Adam's shadow mode. For the first time, the walls around Charlie's heart start to warm up. The training montage begins. Charlie starts throwing jabs and hooks, uppercuts with the small blue-eyed robot, mimicking every professional move. The teacher has found a student, and the fighter has found his spark again. Before every match, the beat drops and Max steps out in front of the bot. With a smooth, rhythmic dance moves, it's a spectacle that hooks the fans before a single punch is even thrown. With the voice command tech Max installed, Charlie barks out veteran boxing instructions, and Adam executes them with surgical precision. They're dominating. The winning streak becomes impossible to ignore. From the back alley pits to the glowing screens of sports networks, the people's champion is grabbing attention from the highest levels of the sport. Adam is now a viral sensation. The call finally comes, an opportunity to fight in the big league, the WRB. It's the stage Charlie has dreamed of returning to his entire life. As the father and son prepare for the bright lights, they are summoned to the ultra-sleek, cold luxury of the Lamkova suite. There they stand face to face with legendary designer Mashido. Farah wants to buy Adam. She offers a staggering $200,000 to buy the bot right then and there. Charlie's eyes go wide, but Max stands his ground. Max straight up denies the offer. Charlie is stunned, but he follows the kid's lead. They focus on the fight. The arena is electric as Adam steps into the ring against the massive high-tech Twin Cities. It's a war of attrition. The match is a brutal roller coaster of ups and downs, with Twin Cities using its dual-headed sensors to track Adam's every move. Adam takes a punishing beating, but Charlie's experienced eyes stay locked on the opponent. He spots it. A tiny, flickering hitch in Twin Cities' rotation, a weak spot. Charlie shouts the command, and Adam pivots, launching a relentless assault on that single point. After a series of devastating blows, the high-tech giant begins to stutter. Then the screen flashes. System failure. Twin Cities crashes to the canvas, and the stadium erupts. In the heat of the victory, Max snatches the mic. The stadium goes wild as the young boy speaks up. Pointing up at the owner's box, directly at Farah and Mashido, he throws down an open challenge to Farah's undefeated monster, Zeus, to a fight. The challenge stuns everyone and sends the crowd into a deafening frenzy. The underdog just called out the champion. This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The WRB main event. On one side of the ring stands Zeus. He's the pinnacle of Mashido's engineering, a machine that deletes its opponents. On the other side stands Adam, the people's champion. Looks like a toy standing next to a mountain. The bell rings, Adam is caught with a massive punch and blacks out. The countdown begins, but it's not over for Adam. Every time Adam tries to establish a rhythm, Zeus counters with a brutality that leaves the crowd gasping. As Zeus was about to launch the finishing blow, the round ends and Adam is saved by a second. The second round is a nightmare. Mashido, watching from his high-tech console, executes a series of seek and destroy protocols that target Adam's internal sensors. At the end of round 2, a massive right hook from Zeus slams into the side of Adam's head, and the unthinkable happens. The voice command recognition system is fried, but Adam stands still. Max looks at Charlie and then at the shadow function switch on the back of Adam's neck. He realizes that the voice is gone, but the spirit doesn't have to be. Something old and powerful wakes up inside him. He flips the switch. He steps into the space behind the ring, squaring his shoulders and finding his old boxing stance. The crowd erupts. It's no longer a machine fighting a machine. It's a legendary human boxer using a steel body as his avatar. Zeus is punching one after the other for a long time, but Adam just doesn't seem to give up. Charlie finds the pocket, landing combinations that rattle Zeus's internal processors. Round after round, the impossible happens. Zeus is chipped, and for the first time in history, the champion looks vulnerable. Max looks up at his dad, his eyes filled with a pride that no amount of money could buy. With one last blow before the end of the round, Zeus is pinned to the ground, but somehow he stands up again, and before the end of the final round, it was Adam that managed to punch the last blow. The round ended with a draw. The announcer steps into the center of the ring. He announces the decision of the judges. But as the camera pans to the corner of the ring, the loss doesn't matter. Adam stands in the center of the ring, his blue eyes glowing brightly. Even in defeat, the crowd is chanting his name. He is the people's champion, the bot that proved that a big heart is more important than a big engine. Charlie doesn't look like a man who just lost a fight. He looks like a man who just found his soul. He picks Max up, swinging him around in a victory hug that has nothing to do with prize money or trophies. For the first time in his life, Charlie is trying to express the love he has for his son, but Max, the smart young kid, gets his dad, and the movie ends with the Max saying, "Don't worry, your secret is safe with me."